Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about EAT. It's a widely popular topic within the search engine optimization, you know, area of digital marketing, and it's been talked by multiple experts, multiple people, bloggers, YouTubers, and I'm going to explain what exactly is EAT, why you need to care about EAT, and how can you optimize and improve your website that has these three components. All right, so some basics. What exactly EAT in SEO? EAT stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthy. Now, I'm going to be covering in each and every areas within EAT, but basically, EAT is a concept that came out of the Google's Search Quality Raters Guideline, which is a big long document, almost 168 pages, which was released I think in 2018 or 2017. I can't remember exactly, but from that's where the EAT concept is coming out of. Now, do you need to care about EAT? Yes, absolutely yes. And the simple reason being, EAT impacts all the websites that fall under YMYL topics, also known as Your Money or Your Life pages. Now, some examples of Your Money, Your Life pages can be, websites that are related to finance, health, safety, happiness, anywhere you are giving tips or sharing information that will improve someone's decision or help them in so and so way. And again, a big chunk of Your Money Your Life websites are e-commerce. Anywhere you have transactions happening, that website will fall under YMYL. Now, I want you to think about your website falling under YMYL. It doesn't matter in 2020. Pretty much, if you have a website, then you have to think about EAT. It's as simple as that. When the EAT concept came out, there was debate about, okay, only certain websites was falling under this, but I guess in 2020, every piece of content, every website, every blog should care about EAT. It's as simple as that. Now, moving on, we're gonna cover like what exactly means expertise in that EAT concept. So expertise basically means the content needs to demonstrate high level knowledge or skill in a particular field. Now, if you are a finance blogger and if you help people save money or even like earn more money, then the content needs to be practical, accurate, it needs to be truthful, and it should not be deceptive. Formal expertise is important for YMYL topics such as medical, finance, or legal advice. So, for example, if you are an accident insurance lawyer, blogger, then you should not give high level information that is, just a guesswork. You have to be an expert. You have to be a lawyer to provide legal advice. It's that approach that Google wants to take. For non-YMYL topics, it's also about demonstrating relevant real life experience and everyday expertise. I guess one example I can give is, if someone has recovered from cancer and if they are talking about their journey of how they recovered from it, then yes, that will be considered as non-YMYL topic. Um, but still, you have to have relevant real life experience. But again, I want to stress one important point, that is, in today's world, you should think about your website that requires EAT. That's the conclusion. Okay, moving on. Authoritativeness. When, let's say, you are the author of a blog, then the author needs to have a solid reputation. He needs to be known as an expert or an influencer in the industry. Now, in digital marketing, there are many people out there. For example, Mary Hayes, who is a good SEO expert, Brian Dean, You can call him as a digital marketer or SEO expert, Neil Patel. There are many other people in every industry, in every niche. So the author needs to have a reputation. He needs to be known as an expert about certain topic. Now, if you are a blog owner, I know that it's going to be tough if you're just starting out. Try to build that personal brand. That's the point. Build your reputation. Try to get reviews, references, recommendations, and that's how you can start building that authoritativeness of your website, of your blog, of your content. Um, so it should not basically be like you are outsourcing your content and there are multiple people involved in creating that content. It should not look spammy. So that's the whole point of authoritativeness. And Google has pretty solid algorithm in terms of determining the authoritativeness of a content. So that's the second pillar of EAT. And the third one is trustworthiness. How legitimate, transparent, and accurate the content is or the website is. Your Money Your Life website demands a high degree of trust. So they generally need satisfying information about who is responsible for that content. And one simple example I can give is having a contact form with a clear information on who is the contact owner, his personal details. That gives a credibility, and improves the trustworthiness of that website. And the content accuracy, in the sense how much research has gone into it. If you have included stats, numbers and charts, then where are you getting those numbers from? If you are quoting something, do you back that data with some references and citations? So those are all important factors in determining the trustworthiness of that content. So that's your third principle of EAT. Now, I want to give you a quick tips on how you can improve your website and demonstrate EAT. The first thing is backlinks. Now, this is not just important to demonstrate EAT, but it's for overall search engine optimization. The more backlinks you have, the chances are you will start ranking for your relevant keywords on the first page. There's a very clear correlation between the number of backlinks and your ranking. So get more backlinks, but I want to stress out one very important thing. Spammy backlinks, profile backlinks, comments, it's not going to help at all. You need to get backlinks from authoritative sites. Guest posting, again, I don't recommend that, but genuine websites, contextual backlinks, real websites, authoritative websites, linking back to your content is what is going to matter. Keep your content fresh and updated. If you are talking about for example, finance, or if you're talking about COVID-19, policies and regulations or something like that, then it needs to be fresh. COVID-19 pandemic is new for everyone. Rules change, regulation change. There are so many things happening. If your blog or if your website is about, or if certain part of your blog talks about that, then keep it updated, fresh, and make sure that you are on top of it. The third tip is fact check with citations. Again, if you are mentioning any numbers, any stats, any graphs, make sure that you fact check it. The fourth tip is get more reviews. Again, if many people are leaving positive reviews, positive comments, and if they are talking about your brand, then that's a clear indication about your trustworthiness. Add a contact page. It's a very simple tip, but it's very, very important. Make sure to add a contact page, but don't have basic information. Have full name, details, email address, phone numbers, address, and everything. And third party mentions. It doesn't have to be a link. It can be a brand mention. And brand mentions are a very strong signal about authoritativeness and trustworthiness of that website. So engage in third party conversation. If you have suppliers, vendors, partners, make sure that they talk about you in some fashion or the other, so that your brand is mentioned out there. Now, since we are talking about brand, I want to say that Google is very big in terms of brand. If you are a brand, then Google is going to prefer you, and building a brand takes time. So invest heavily in how are you going to build your brand. If you are a blogger, if you are a YouTuber, if you are having a website, try to have a strategy behind building that brand, because mentions, links, reviews, those are the things are clear indication on EAT. Now finally, I want to say um, EAT is not a direct ranking factor. There's no way that you can correlate it as a checkbox that you can tick and you're done. EAT is about guiding principles that Google's algorithms follow. For example, we talked about backlinks, reviews, contact us page information, fact checking, accuracy of information, how fresh it is, how trustworthy it is. These are all attributes and parameters that Google's algorithm is going to take into consideration to rank a page. That's how it is. So it's an indirect way to guide Google's algorithm to figure out how good that content is, who is the author of that content, whether he is real or a bot, and those are the way that Google is going to help you rank your website. So with that being said, my takeaway for you is start working on your EAT, and these are some tips that I gave. So make sure that you invest time on them so that your website demonstrate EAT, because that's gonna ultimately help you outrank your competition. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you.